In the world of fighter jets, where every beat of a wing can create geopolitical ripples across continents, Japan, a nation renowned for its discipline, technology, and quiet determination, is preparing for a historic leap. They don't make loud pronouncements about their modern development, but once they begin, they see it through to the end with precision, persistence, and resolve. The Mitsubishi F-X is clear proof of this. And in the coming years, as its roar echoes through the skies of East Asia, the world will have to see Japan not just as an economic powerhouse, but as a formidable force. The idea of a modern, domestically produced fighter jet is not new in Japan's strategic thinking. With the military surge of China, intensified encroachments by Russia, and persistent missile threats from North Korea, Tokyo has realized that relying entirely on imported jets, even ones as modern as the F-35, cannot absolutely guarantee strategic autonomy. Since the end of World War II, despite being constrained by its peace constitution, Tokyo has never lost sight of its goal to build a strong air force to counter the volatile dynamics of Northeast Asia. This need became especially clear in the early 2010s. China rolled out its J-20 stealth fighter, reportedly entering service as a declaration of its new generation air combat ambitions. Meanwhile, Russia made its move with the Su-57, Moscow's first self-developed stealth fighter, boasting supermaneuverability. Positioned between three major powers, Russia to the north and China to the west, Japan recognized it was in the middle of a military technology race. Despite possessing squadrons of F-15Js and importing fifth-generation fighters like the F-35, Tokyo understood that imported aircraft, no matter how advanced, have a fatal weakness: dependency. In the event of a conflict, if the supply chain is disrupted, if software upgrades are restricted, or if the United States has to prioritize other theaters of war, Japan could be left with fighters that are incompatible with the evolving demands of modern warfare. These very concerns led Japan in 2010 to launch a long-term strategic program, the I-3 fighter. This was not just an aircraft manufacturing project. It was a declaration of its strategic recovery in the region. The I-3 represented three core elements: intelligence, artificial intelligence for rapid processing and decision-making in complex combat environments; integration, multi-layered connectivity between various assets and defense systems; and innovation, in aerospace technology to surpass existing models. For the first time, Japan fully designed the ATDX Shinshin technology demonstrator to test stealth capabilities, flight control systems, and advanced materials. Although the ATDX did not enter mass production, it became the foundation for a much bigger dream, the Mitsubishi F-X. In October 2020, Japan's Ministry of Defense officially announced the F-X program, with Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, MHI, as the prime contractor. This was a symbolic decision. MHI, with its century-long history of building aircraft from the legendary Zero fighter to the current F-2, is the embodiment of Japan's aviation spirit. The strategic goal of the F-X was set clearly: to create a sixth-generation fighter with a distinct Japanese identity, capable of independently maintaining air superiority against regional rivals like China and Russia. But more than that, the F-X is not just a weapon. It is a proclamation that Japan is ready to transform itself from a nation that buys weapons to a nation that forges its own power. A long and perilous path, but the only one to maintain its position on the geopolitical chessboard of East Asia. The Mitsubishi F-X is designed with aerodynamics that are emblematic of a sixth-generation fighter, where stealth is not an option, but the core principle. The aircraft features a blended wing body structure that optimizes airflow, minimizes drag, and creates a silhouette devoid of the sharp angles and edges of older models. This design not only supports high-speed stability, but also makes the aircraft nearly invisible to enemy radar systems by minimizing its radar cross-section, RCS. Beyond radar, the F-X is also optimized to reduce its infrared signature by using heat-absorbent materials and managing the exhaust from its engines. This makes it difficult for infrared search and track, IRST, systems to locate it. Combining radar and infrared stealth turns the Mitsubishi F-X into a true warrior for the multi-domain era, where an aircraft is invisible not only to the naked eye, but also to electronic sensors. The Mitsubishi F-X is equipped with an internal weapons bay, an indispensable element in modern stealth fighter design. Unlike previous generation aircraft that carried weapons on underwing or fuselage pylons, which increase radar reflection, storing all ordnance inside the fuselage allows the F-X to maintain its optimal aerodynamic shape and minimize its detectability. This bay can carry a variety of weapons, such as the AAM-4B medium-range air-to-air missile with an active radar seeker, high-precision anti-ship missiles, or even specialized electronic warfare weapons. A key feature is the rapid opening and tight sealing mechanism of the bay doors, which ensures the aircraft exposes its weapons for only a very short time during launch, limiting its window of vulnerability. The flyby optics system on the Mitsubishi F-X marks a significant leap forward from traditional fly-by-wire systems that use copper wires. By using fiber optic cables to transmit data, fly-by optics offers superior speed, bandwidth, and immunity to electromagnetic interference, resulting in faster and incredibly precise flight control responses. The Active Electronically Scanned Array, AESA, radar integrated into the Mitsubishi F-X is not just a technological improvement, but a symbol of Japan's strategic capability in sensing and battlefield control. Unlike traditional mechanically scanned radars, the AESA radar uses thousands of independent transmit-receive modules, allowing it to scan the space almost instantaneously by electronically steering the beam. This enables the F-X to detect and track multiple targets simultaneously with high precision, even in heavy jamming environments. Notably, this radar is entirely developed by Japan, ensuring absolute control over the technology, avoiding foreign dependency, and allowing for easy upgrades. The AESA radar on the F-X is said to be able to detect 5th-gen stealth aircraft like China's J-20 or Russia's Su-57 at greater distances than older radars. It also features a passive tracking mode, using enemy emissions to pinpoint targets without revealing its own position. The heart of the Mitsubishi F-X is its next-generation jet engine, the XF91, a testament to Japan's leap in achieving technological self-sufficiency. It generates a thrust of over 15 tons, far exceeding the engines on Japan's F-2 fighter and rivaling top-tier engines like the F-119 on the F-22 Raptor. This immense thrust is crucial for the F-X to take off quickly, carry a heavy weapons load, achieve high maneuverability, and sustain high speeds. A breakthrough feature of the XF91 is its three-dimensional thrust vectoring, which allows the aircraft to perform incredibly agile maneuvers, such as tight turns at high speeds, to evade enemy missiles and gain an advantage in close-range dogfights. This engine is also expected to achieve supercruise capability, sustaining supersonic speeds above Mach 1 without using afterburners, a feature only possessed by top-tier 5th-gen fighters like the F-22. This not only allows it to engage targets faster, but also saves fuel, enhancing its stealth and operational range. Versus the F-35. While the F-35 was developed by the US as a multi-role fighter for all environments, the F-X is optimized by Japan for air superiority and homeland defense. The F-X prioritizes sensor superiority and networked operations. Its XF-91 engine has greater thrust than the F-35's F-135, and its thrust vectoring gives it superior agility in dogfights. While the F-35 excels at deep strike missions, the F-X is designed to control airspace and react quickly to threats. Versus China's J-20. The F-X and J-20 represent opposing development philosophies. The J-20, with its long fuselage and canards, is designed for long-range operations deep within contested territory, reflecting China's military doctrine. However, its canards compromise its frontal stealth. The F-X pursues a canardless, blended wing body design to minimize its RCS from all angles, making it stealthier and more agile in close combat. Versus Russia's Su-57. The Su-57 is touted for its super maneuverability. However, the F-X is designed with all-aspect stealth as a priority, giving it an advantage in remaining undetected. In electronic warfare, the F-X is expected to be superior, with Japan focusing on developing integrated EW systems capable of active jamming, an area where the Su-57 is considered to be lagging. Behind the sleek aerodynamic profile of the Mitsubishi F-X lies a path Japan had to forge for itself, an act that is not merely about producing a fighter jet, but about affirming its status, national pride, and survival strategy in a world full of uncertainty. The Mitsubishi F-X is the key to breaking free from these limitations. It is the convergence of artificial intelligence, integrated sensors, all-aspect stealth, super maneuverability, and sophisticated electronic warfare. Japan's decision to self-develop the XF-91 engine is a highly ambitious move, as is its development of the AESA radar, flyby optics, and integrated sensor software, technologies that even nations like Russia struggle to fully domesticate. The financial, schedule, and performance risks are immense. With a development cost estimated at over 5 trillion yen, approximately 40 billion USD, the F-X is the most expensive defense project in Japanese history. For a nation balancing this with domestic issues like an aging population, maintaining the funding stream is a difficult challenge. It is a gamble, where any delay or failure could have devastating consequences, not just financially, but also for its strategic credibility. However, rising above all these challenges, Japan sees the F-X as a symbol of its strategic rebirth. In a context where China continually expands its influence with the J-20 and UAV tactics, and Russia maintains the Su-57 as a tool of pressure in the Far East, Japan understands that an air defense system entirely dependent on the US cannot react quickly or effectively enough. When a nation can develop a fully indigenous fighter jet, it is no longer a second-tier player. The F-X also opens the door to new international partnerships, not just as a technology recipient, but as an active partner in the regional security architecture. The Mitsubishi F-X is the key to unlocking that door. The video ends here. Thank you for watching.